the second quarter, leading by 15 points, but now Norwood's turn to kick to the parade end. As from the centre, the free kick is going the way of the Redlegs. Quickly across to Armour. David Armour to half forward. At the back, Palm can't quite complete the mark, but his recovery's good. Loses it again. Fragamini's in there. He's in trouble. Gets a short kick away. Play on is called. Nick Walker, the youngster, shot for goal is good. And Norwood start the second term in great fashion.
Superb piece of football. Fragamini in trouble. Desperation stuff. Put it up in the air. Nick Walker, the running player, grabbed it quickly, steered it straight through with the left boot. His first and Norwood's fourth. 4-1. Port Adelaide 5-4. 30 seconds into the second term.
Tremendous first term. Clifford kicked 2 for Port Adelaide. Cale 1. Evans and Boyd also 1. Here's the centre bounce. Nat going over the top of Michael Annie, taken away by Williams to half forward. Clifford and Zubranik. Quick handball on, almost too quick for Belton. He pushes it out back towards Clifford, which is sensible. He's caught. Williams goes to ground. Now Zubranik again. Gallagher to Craig. That's better running football by the Redlegs. To half forward, too far for Adler. And Hoffner. Winter and Phillips go to ground. Socket off the ground towards Woodcock, who's got Taylor waiting. Steadies. The long punt in towards full forward. Sorrell back on it and playing well in defence.
Right on the last line of defence, Sorrell. He goes long. Nat, Michael Annie. Michael Annie at the back. Pulls on over the top. That's a good mark. He's in the between the half forward and the forward pocket. Will certainly make the distance. 2 minutes gone, second term. Setting for the shot. Tremendous crowd appreciating great football. Screw punt. Long to the square. Winter rises. Woodcock, Sorrell, Phillips, Cunningham. Trouble. Craig, Palm. And a bounce. Nick Walker, 38. Fragamini, 19. 22, Winter. Walker will be the one that's doing the ruck work. Against Nat, to Noonan. Adler to Fragamini in the pocket.
Yes, an extraordinary try then by Paul Adler. So Fragamini coming back towards Williams and Boyd. Boyd flies over the top. Play on is called. So he flicks it round with his left foot. Dalwood thumps it forward. Curtis had front spot. Well done by the young fella, but he slips at the crucial time. Now he's gone. Well done, David Armour. Taylor across to Craig. Woodcock caught. Back in front of Neil Craig once again. Oh, he's got to wait for Eckerman. Cunningham to Sorrell. Port Adelaide out of trouble.
Over to Paul Bell in the centre wing. Has an open paddock. The ball will come up to him. He's got to wait. Craig chases him down. Into the paddock he goes. Clifford. Zubranik. Over the line. Throw in. Great football. Gathering.
Mr. John Robson. Would you please
Nat.
call your after-hours
Michael Annie. Down Clifford. Long Curtis. Onto the left boot to the goal square. Evans versus Curley. And Nicholson running cleverly the edge of the pack. Concedes the point. Tapped it over. And 5-5. Port Adelaide 4-1 Norwood.
Going to be a great duel, that one, between Curley and Evans. Just one of many around the ground. Stephen Curley to the outer side. Gallagher and Belton to do battle. Gallagher, the quick handball to Dalwood, who props, then has time to steady. Have a look for the player running further on in Noonan. Very popular player out at the parade. Noonan in towards Walker. Palm off hands. Steadies, he gets caught and gets a kick under pressure for 1 point only. And what a good tackle it was too. Put on him by Tony Giles.
Yes, no clear kick is being won by any player out there at the moment. Sorrell drifting in and will receive from the young Aish. And he'll be searching for his ruck. Nat, Adler, Nat the high fly at the back. Hoffner takes the kick into the open space. Dave Armour, Greg Boyd. Boyd takes a nice mark in front of the eyes on the edge of the square and wins himself 15 metres. Yep.
So Dolan immediately into the fray, up against Walker. He goes right over the top. Cunningham caught. Dolan too slow. Dawson. Ricks in front of Folletic.
Yes, and Norwood playing better football at the moment. They're controlling the ball. Port Adelaide not being able to break clear. The fierce tackling stopping any clear break. The left foot Ricks puts it down towards the full forward spot, and another good mark to Sorrell. Dumped, but nothing in that. Sorrell playing with some authority at fullback now. He looked for the big fellas in the square. This is Curtis. Slams it forward. Craig, Dawson waits. He's got to. He's grabbed very quickly. Gallagher still in the square. Straight up and down. Palm. Armour slams it out wide. Fragamini. Oh, Jenkins cleverly reads. Gets it over to Clark. He's got an every yard chance to pop it through. Steers it straight through the centre. Great goal.
What a tremendous goal by John Clark, half-back flanker. A defender and a grand one at that, but received the handball beautifully and snapped truly in that right forward pocket.
Great bit of running, Jenkins. He was the player that put it up. Fragamini missed with a hand. Then straight over to Clark. Running perfectly around the corner. Steered it straight through. His first goal fresh off the bench. 7-5 Port Adelaide. Norwood 6-2.
17 minutes almost played in the second term, and what a great quarter of football it's been so far. From the centre, it's Dawson. Zubranic and Clifford have had a very even tussle. Zubranic has the pace on this occasion. To Dalwood. Out wide to Armour, who's played very serviceably. One bounce, cross centre wing. Cunningham giving chase, but he gets it down towards half forward. Some infringing and pushing going on, going the way of Port Adelaide, and it will be taken by Peter Hoffner.
Yes, the shoving. Sorrell, the player just behind him as he kicks long. The boy from Eyre Peninsula. Folletic. Receiver, Cunningham. One bounce, looks, not well directed, Nicholson. Over the top, Cale. Folletic tries to barge through, is caught, and hurled, and receives his free.
And listen to the crowd in this Norwood stand.
And 15 metres, the ball not given back on the full. This will put Milan Folletic within striking distance of the big sticks.
Yes, a pretty important kick too. The latter stage of the term, Folletic could goal here. Give Port that little bit of extra breathing space. He could goal, but he certainly won't. Going in towards the pocket, Evans is the flyer over the top, but it's taken over the line, and a throw-in to take place in that right forward pocket.
Cale changing the ruckman from the bench. Short from Curley to Greg Nicholson in the pocket. He comes around with a long drop punt down towards centre wing. Giles and Woodcock and Dawson, the handball. Skipper Cunningham, long. Evans, good body used by Curley, fine mark.
Yes, real test of strength down at that end with those two. It makes great viewing. Craig off, Adler on. Noonan the receiver. Michael Noonan tucked in the back pocket, will definitely go short to Armour. Better be quick. Palm will be the flyer, front spot. Adler running, that neck appears to be okay. Paul Adler towards Michael Annie. At the back is Clark, who's booted one already. Steadies into the open goal, and he's put another one on the board.
Well, there's the quick thrust. At any end, if they get their quick thrust moving, either side have shown that they're able to score, and that is Clark's second goal in this term. A beautiful bit of running football then from the youngster. Saw his chance, tore at the goal face and slammed it straight through the centre. The kick came from Adler, fresh off the bench with a neck injury, and Norwood looking the goods. 4 points the difference now, 20.5 minutes gone of the second term.
Dolan to do the ruck work against Michael Annie, who's been recalled to the centre. It certainly favoured Michael Annie, that bounce, as Noonan gets it to Adler. Norwood out of the square. Winter, I don't think's had a kick as yet. Nick Walker comes out, takes it on the chest. Can Clark boot another one? It's coming back. I think he's put his third goal on the board. He has. John Clark going berserk.
What a masterful move by Coach Bob Hammond. The half-back flanker has shown that he's prepared to run from his half-back flank. He's making a superb half-forward flanker now. He's had 3 kicks for 3 goals this quarter, and a superb piece of running from the youngster, and he's put his side ahead. 8 goals 2, 50 points. Norwood leading by 2 points. Port Adelaide 7 goals 6.
Jim Michaelani again will do battle with Dolan. It's been a great half of football so far. Adler is in the centre as well. Dolan tries to get it to Cale. He goes to half forward. Zubranic bundles out Clifford, giving Nicholson a drive at the ball. Belton comes to meet him. Zubranic through. The long handball up towards Taylor, who snares it and keeps it in with a left boot. Up towards Phillips, and he has been quite unbeatable today so far.
He's on the half-back flank. He'll go long with a drop punt. Boyd, Williams. Williams claims the mark, disallowed. It's tapped out. Eckerman had his hands full with Clark this quarter. Out, Kinnear, Taylor, Adler. Kinnear and Adler hands, knees on the ground. All sign of big, massive players now. Michaelani, Dolan down. Oh, Dawson in strongly, tries to bust through, can't do so. He's grabbed by Clark and an instant replay.
50 plays, 48. Only 2 points in it. Both sides have played as though there is very little between them. Dolan, Michaelani up higher. Trouble getting it away from that bounce. Eckerman tries to barge his way through, and they'll have to do it all again. Let's see if it's third time lucky. There's Ivan with a heavily bandaged left wrist.
3, Jenkins. Big fellas, Dolan. Down, Taylor. His turn for a serve. And we'll see another bounce. 4 bounces in about 5 metres of oval. And again, Dolan. This time, clear tap straight down to Jenkins. Out wide, Woodcock. Clark. A superb turn. Hufner. And I don't think that was touched. 4 kicks, 4 goals.
Well, what an extraordinary quarter of football by John Clark. 4 kicks, 4 goals, and Norwood go further ahead.
Once again, Jenkins got it out, swept it out, and then Clark received. And this man, 4 kicks, 4 goals, 9-2, Port 7-6. Not having the players under the fall of the ball. Norwood running lines of players by the fall of the ball at the back. Zubranic, tap forward, there's a good example. Dave Armour onto the left boot, puts it out wide. Looking for Clark, full of confidence at the moment. In goes Williams, strongly, has Paul Belton short. He'll use that player, puts it on the half-forward flank. Not controlled at all, so he can have a look at the goal face, does just that. Dawson, front spot. Rex, tapping it out, into the clear. Cale, Darwood after him. An opportunity, steady, perfectly blocked. Michaelani steals the ball, puts it out at the open paddock, and Norwood with ease.
Taylor through, body over the ball, pushes it out wide for Jenkins, keeps it in play. Norwood now to their half-forward line. Winter and Phillips. Phillips absolutely slaughtering Winter. Goes in towards the centre. Nat stands his ground. 2 Norwood players waiting down. Taylor has all the time in the world. There's good shepherding to allow him through. Another Port Adelaide player is down as Winter goes up towards the forward line. The flick back is by Walker. Setting himself will be Aish. And Port Adelaide are in all sorts of strife, because if we can go back to the centre, there is a player prostrate on the ground.
Yes, the one player that they cannot afford to use, that's a ruckman. Hit as the pack came into him, but it's Michael Aish in the square. Pops that one straight through, that's his first, and Norwood 12. 12-6, Port Adelaide 7-6, as the stretcher now goes out for Chris Knapp. Unfortunate injury to Chris Nat. The ruckman had to stand his ground. 2 players, one on either side, jumped right in the middle of him. He had no alternative but to stand. Club doctor there very, very quickly to escort him off the ground.
Play held up, Murray, so come back for the centre bounce.
One wonders too why he doesn't take the ride on the stretcher. It would be a lot easier than pulling him off like that.
Well, there's been some infringing in the centre, and it's Norwood through Taylor into attack down towards Walker and Sorrell. At the back is Aish. He flicks it in towards full forward, and they don't like doing things in ones. First John Clark, now young Aish, second goal in as many minutes.
A fine effort. Taylor took the ball. The ball coming right down to the forward zone. Aish scouting cleverly, took the ball off the pack, came around the corner and steered it straight through the centre, and Norwood doing as they please now. 13 goals 6, Port Adelaide 7 goals 6, and Dolan has to come on, and Port Adelaide have no reserves on the bench.
Centre bounce once again with Dolan and Michaelani. Taylor started to drift the ball out of the centre, and this has made all the difference in the world. Folletic is there with Craig. At the back, Cale comes out with it. To half forward. Oh, Dalwood should have held that one. And we'll see a bounce. Michael Taylor.
Time to look, and placed perfectly for Woodcock. He's at the centre wing. He'll sweep around under that wide arc to the left boot, down towards half forward. Fragamini, the spoil, tapped on cleverly Dave Palm. Chance for Aish, picked up well by Nat. Onto the left boot, kicked into the open space, Kinnear. Walker. Nat receives the high handball over, looking for Belton. Craig will come in after him. A superb tackle. Holding the ball, says umpire Coombe. And a good interpretation, a very quick attack on the player is Craig. And he's between the half-forward flank and the forward pocket with a drop punt. Nice looking kick to the face of goals. Huge fly of players at the back. Greg Nat forward. Oh, Winter takes the hurried kick. It's not straight, goes through for a point. And scores. Still well within touch of one another. 16 goals, 10 the Redlegs, 13-9 Port Adelaide, and we've played 3.5 minutes of the final term.
Kick back into play by Trevor Sorrell, one of the best players on the ground. Folletic spills one. Mark Williams. Port Adelaide down towards their scoring zone. Nicholson should have taken it. Has to go back. Looks for Dalwood. Surrounded by Port Adelaide players, but his handball is good to Armour. Now Norwood up towards their half-forward line. Woodcock. 15 metres to boot, and very dangerous with Woodcock shooting for goal. He's deadly.
Yes, and this could be a critical kick. Norwood, approximately 3 goals ahead. If Roger Woodcock can spear this one through, Port Adelaide's task will be very, very hard. He puts it up, gives it every opportunity, and it goes straight through the centre.
Norwood, 17-10, leading Port 13-9 on 7. Big replay.
Interesting 15 metres, that penalty. Tony Giles in the air as he hit the player coming with the ball. It went down in a tangled heap, and 15 metres were paid. I doubt very much whether he could have done anything else. But Woodcock deadly in front of goals. He's kicked his first. 17-10, Port Adelaide 13-9.
5 minutes have elapsed in this final term. It's not a good bounce. Good for Craig. He gets it quickly across to a teammate. Noonan now with the receiver, pushing it out for Gallagher. He's getting the pace of league footy again after missing 4 weeks. Finding Aish.
Aish relatively quiet in the game so far. Has kicked 2 goals. Short. Walker in trouble. The handball out. Noonan, plenty of time to look. Puts it up. Straight through the centre, says the crowd. Up go the fingers.
Well, it was Port Adelaide that wanted the 2 quick goals in this term, but it's not to be. Norwood, with that one and the earlier one from Woodcock, appear to be home.
Yes, well done, Michael Aish. Picked it up quickly, put it forward. Noonan received, had plenty of time to look, no pressure applied, and slammed it straight through the centre for his second. And Norwood going their merry way. 18-10, Port Adelaide 13-9.
Kick back, Darwood and Curtis to do battle. Noonan, the scouter, still has the pace to get away. Looking for Zubranic, who will sit up for him, but he gets caught and gets away. Norwood up towards the pocket. Winters in front of Phillips and takes a great mark.
Superb bit of stuff then from Grant Zubranic. Had the attacker coming at him, shrugged him off, placed the ball perfectly so that Bruce Winter could attack the ball in front of the eyes. He did so successfully, and he's tucked away now into the forward pocket. Earns himself a drink while he does it. Up high with a drop punt. Will it come back enough? No. Crowd very quiet behind. Only 1 point. And the 11th point, making the difference. 4 straight goals now at the 13-minute mark of the final term.
Trevor Sorrell has done a marvellous job at fullback. Goes straight down the centre. Taylor's waiting at the back. Nat tries to push it on for looks to be a tired-looking Clifford. What a good handball. Jenkins stands his ground. He has to. Kinnear through. Has a look. Tries to set up the handball towards Belton. He's had a quiet game. Goes in towards the pocket. Ricks. Valenti will come over the top. Darwood is there also. Darwood through. Curtis caught. And a bounce to take place. Left forward pocket. Port Adelaide in attack and trailing by 4 goals. Kim Curtis, the last one off the bottom. And Mark Coombe with the ball. Nick Walker. Done a pretty good job in ruck today. Darwood. Greg Nicholson threads his way through the pack, gets it over to Grant Zubranic. He goes long with the handball. Clifford steals and runs himself right into trouble. The ball is not out. Jenkins to Clark. Still there, and puts a nice looking screw punt down towards centre wing. Over the top, Williams. Woodcock to Taylor with plenty of time. The good long lead, a perfect lead by James Michaelini. Perfect lead and a perfect pass too by Taylor. He pinpointed a position on this ground he knows so well and put it right on the spot. Michaelini into full forward. Winter will come in from the side. I think it's gone over the top without being touched. A goal! A goal to Jim Michaelini, and Norwood open up a 5-goal break here at the parade.
Oh, there's some concern in the goal square then when Michaelini kicked that, and it's a good change. Straight over to Noonan. Straight across centre wing. Long, Clark, spoiled, and over the line for a throw in.
John Clark, of course, contributed 5 goals in 1 quarter of football for the Redlegs, and that sort of set the pattern. It's been pretty quiet since. The throw in the right forward pocket. Michaelini looking for Noonan, who's pushed and will be free kicked.
One wonders where this man gets all his energy from. Absolutely tireless performance today. Been burrowing in hard into the packs. Has won plenty of frees, and with that, plenty of kicks. Half forward flank. With a drop punt. The defence rise. Phillips. Smothered. Oh, a fatal mistake. It goes to Winter straight through the centre.
Well, poor old Greg Phillips. He's had such a marvellous day. And then a couple of frustrating moments. One where they thought the ball was touched, and that one, he was under pressure. The handball was partly smothered. His immediate opposition in Bruce Winter took advantage of the situation and bang, popped through a nail in the coffin as far as Port Adelaide are concerned. They won't catch the Redlegs now.
And indeed they did not, and Norwood won by 33 points. The goal kickers for Norwood, John Clark kicked 5 and Bruce